Hello. Today we're going to talk about something here. We are going to talk about eggs. Eggs. A lot of times we hear what we're supposed to do with our health. If you look on Facebook, it's a lot of the weight loss dieting groups that are on there, or groups for diabetes, for example, or high blood pressure, or maybe high cholesterol. All of these groups have people asking questions that really can't be answered. Like they'll say, "What should I do for exercise?" Or, "Oh, at nighttime I get really hungry for a snack. What should I have?" Well, not knowing the person, not knowing what conditions they have, that's basically impossible to answer. You may say, "Hey, you know what you need to do at nighttime when you get hungry? Get up and get a piece of bread, whole wheat bread, let's say, good high fiber bread, and get some really good peanut butter with no sugar added. Flip it over and eat it." And you tell a person to do that, and that person doesn't have to do that. Of course, they could do that if they want to. But let's say they have a peanut allergy, and if they were to do that, they would be dead. So that is not good for them. That's the extreme. But a lot of people have one condition, two conditions. If you're really, really fat and you're considered morbidly obese, which means you're at the level now where you're probably going to die from your situation if you don't fix it. This will probably be, you'll have a shortened life, but you may have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, maybe you have diabetes, maybe you're just waiting for that heart attack or that stroke. Maybe you're going to lose a leg, an arm. Maybe you're going to have some kind of a amputation. A lot of things going on. So there's no way of answering that. People will say, "Well, what should I do for exercise? I don't like to exercise." Well, we can't tell that person that. But if you go to Facebook and go to a lot of the channels over there, I answer questions sometimes. People say, "Is it good to eat this?" And they'll flip a thing around, and you'll see that it's huge amounts of carbs and all kinds of chemicals. And also, for me, no, it's too high in carbs, and it's got a bunch of different chemicals. I try to eat as natural as I can. Of course, you're going to eat things you shouldn't. People were saying yesterday, "Is it okay to have a hamburger?" They say, I crave hamburgers. So the people are answering it, "Well, get it lettuce wrap. Every restaurant offers lettuce wrapping." No, that's not true. It's not true. If you go to Chili's, for example, they don't have leaf lettuce at Chili's. They have shredded lettuce, so you can get maybe a bed of shredded lettuce, have it put on there, and there's some lettuce on top of it. You're not gonna get a traditional lettuce wrap where you can pick it up, and the patties are very small there. So a lot of restaurants will have a burger, and part of the excitement of that burger is the big, beautiful Bernice bun or whatever, or the three-level bun like they have at Bob's Big Boy, which I guess it was credited for starting the double decker hamburger, or McDonald's with the Big Mac. They have that little extra bun. It's called the club at McDonald's. So you have the bottom, which is called the heel, the club, and the top is called the crown. So not everything that you read out there can be done. So let's talk about this. Rotten eggs. Are you a rotten egg? Oh, don't forget to subscribe. I do not have a manager, so please, I'm pointing to the left, so it should be the right. Please subscribe. It really helps. It's free, 100% free. If you can subscribe, like, share, 100% free. Will not cost you a penny. It'll really help me and this channel to get better and bigger, bigger and better, build back better. But anyway, if you are a person over the age of probably 30, if you're in your 60s maybe, I've been hearing these commercials, wow, since the 70s. I heard about this. I was born in 1961. By the time I was 8 or 9, I was hearing that eggs are bad, don't eat any eggs, do not ever eat an egg, eggs, X's on your eyes because you're out, eat an egg, and that's it. Okay. Then the Egg Council fought back and said, "Hey, it's the incredible edible egg." Now, I think they always were edible, right? For us, for people, if we either can eat them or maybe throw them at a windshield or throw them at someone's house at Halloween time. When it comes to eggs, we eat the egg by itself, or maybe we add something to the egg, or we add the egg to something else in the way that we cook with it. So the big thing then was a lot of people smoked in the 60s and 70s. A lot of people were having heart attacks. They would smoke They get lung cancer, or they'd have heart attacks, and they weren't as big as they are now. If you look at they always show that photo of Star Wars. Here are your grandparents waiting in line to go see Star Wars, and you'll notice none of them are fat. They'll show, here's the beach, here is this famous pier, maybe they're at Coney Island. You'll notice that no one was fat in the 1970s. They were all skinny. If you saw someone who was overweight, you'd be very shocked. If I saw a woman that weighed 200 pounds, I wouldn't say anything, but I go, whoa, LA's big. Now, if I go to the mall, or let's say Walmart, they always make a big joke about Walmart, I will see, not the majority, but 50% of the women there are probably over 200 pounds. A lot of very, very, very heavy women, heavy men. We have now gotten heavy. We like to play video games when we used to play stickball. I never played stickball. I didn't realize you bounce the ball and then hit it. I think that's kind of weird. The stick is not very big. If someone threw it straight at you, you probably wouldn't have enough time to, with that narrow of a bat, to really get a good hit. So I say, okay, they bounce it, and then you can kind of look it over and then swat at it. But we don't ride our bikes. We don't go out and play. Mom, can I go out and play with John? He wants to know if I can go play tag. There's like 5 kids over there, and we want to play tag. Tag, you're it. Okay, go ahead, but be back when the street lights come on. That is kind of now no longer there. We exercise our fingers. They actually said one thing with all the texting, the thumbs were getting stronger. I think the index finger was the strongest on our hand, and now our thumbs. Who knows? They also said we're all going to get a neck where our heads would be pointing down, because we look at screens all the time that our heads would be looking down. That evolution would probably take a million years. But we were told never eat eggs. Don't eat eggs. So here we go. Here they are. Now these are cage-free eggs. They said the problem with cage-free eggs is all they do is they keep them inside a house or a warehouse, whatever, and they're not in cages. They have no more room to move around. I don't know if that's true. We'll look into that too later. But we always hear, men, don't eat peanuts. Don't eat peanuts. Why don't we eat peanuts? I don't know why we don't eat peanuts. Then I researched it, and they said there's some things within the peanut, some kinds of fats that are not really that healthy for us. We should not eat too much peanuts. Now, when it comes to the egg, we were told, I'm not going to break this open. I think you know what's inside. There's the egg white, and then there's the egg yolk. Probably it is down here because the yolk is heavier. But there's a yolk, which is the yellow circle, and then the egg white, which is the white part. And we were all told, if you're going to eat eggs, you can have eggs. Have about 2 eggs a week. 2 eggs a week. And don't eat the egg yolk. Don't eat the egg yolk. Only eat the whites. But the problem with that is, how do they know your condition? They're going to make this big statement for 330 million Americans out there, whatever it is that we know of. We are told, you do this. All of us? If they say, okay, America, we do not want any of you to climb up to take the elevator up to the 90th floor of a skyscraper, walk out and jump off the building and fall to the ground. We want you not to stand in front of a moving train. Okay, that's fine. I can understand that. That makes 100% sense. 100% sense. Don't do those things. But how do they know what part of the egg I should eat? Should I eat the egg at all? Should I stop smoking? Yes. I don't smoke, but should I stop smoking if I did? Yes, of course. Probably that's a good idea. It's always funny when you think about how the tobacco farmers are subsidized, and then we have all this stuff about don't smoke. We pay both ways. It's really weird. But the egg, it has cholesterol. Sure, it does have cholesterol. But we were telling people that it's okay to have like hot dogs and this and that and whatever, but don't eat the egg. Don't eat an egg. I don't get it. Bologna, all that kind of stuff. A lot of the processed meats we probably shouldn't eat. If you can eat meat, clean slice of good ham with no honey, maybe a good piece of roast beef cooked, cooked, in the oven, baked, whatever you would call it, broiled, wherever they make the roast beef. And maybe it has a little garlic in it or something, but not a bunch of different chemicals to season it to taste a certain way. So you want to get as clean, as natural as you can. So what happens with the egg, if you're a diabetic, and they say 2 to 3 eggs a week, maybe like 2 eggs a week, and only the egg white. As a diabetic, the healthy portion of the egg is the yolk. It's the yolk, not the whites. The white's part of it. You stir it all in. You're not gonna probably separate and eat just yolk. I don't know. That might be good. I don't know. But I don't think I've ever had scrambled yolks. You always have scrambled eggs. There was one that's called no yolks, I think, and it was actually, you could buy a liquid egg white kind of thing. I think it was like no yolks, something like that. But the problem with that is when we eat the egg, and they say you can eat eggs, like maybe one egg a day, 7 days a week if you wanted to. And of course, you have to monitor your cholesterol. If the egg is high in cholesterol, and you eat ham and eggs, and you eat sausage and eggs, or you eat bacon and eggs, and you do have a problem with cholesterol, you can eat a little bit less bacon. When I cook a whole pound of bacon at my house, it's hard to just say, okay, I'll just have 2 slices. I'll have 2 eggs and 2 slices of bacon, and that'll be breakfast. Or 1 egg and 2 slices of bacon, if I want to reduce calorie. But the yolks is where it comes from. So they say eat. Now the new thing with diabetics is if you're going to eat eggs, you need to eat the yolk, because that's where all the protein is. That's where it's filling. There's vitamins in the egg that you wouldn't have to supplement elsewhere. And you're supposed to eat the yolks. Who knew? Not us, because they told us only eat egg whites. You'll see this is a healthy wrap. It's made with egg whites and spinach, and they'll give you a list of what's in this wrap. Or this tortilla is made with egg whites and this and whatever, and that's what the tortilla is made of. And then it turns out, if you're a diabetic, which probably a lot of you are, I know I am, you were supposed to eat the yolk, because that's where the good stuff is. So if you want to eat an egg, and you were told not to eat the eggs because you can eat eggs, it looks like. Now talk to your doctor first, or whoever it is. Hey, doctor, I know that you told me not to eat eggs. Is that due to my cholesterol? Oh, no, I just was told by whatever, when I went to Harvard Medical School, they said don't eat eggs, or whatever school it was. Don't eat eggs. When I went to Grenada and went to the medical school there, I was told don't ever let people eat eggs. But is it the cholesterol? Is it the fat? We always hear don't do something and we don't ask why. So if my doctor's like, David, are you eating eggs? I do eat eggs. Don't eat eggs. Oh, doctor, why? I don't know why. Don't eat eggs. We can have eggs, it looks like. But you talk to your doctor. You talk to your nutritionist, your dietitian, whoever it is, and say, doctor or nutritionist or doctor nutritionist, maybe is it a PhD? Maybe, or maybe, I don't think it's a medical doctor degree, but maybe they have a PhD in nutrition. Doctor, whatever, Jones, Smith, whatever the name may be. I like eggs. I don't necessarily I'm going to eat duck eggs or those kind of eggs, or ostrich eggs, but chicken eggs, regular chicken eggs. I do enjoy going out and having a nice breakfast. Now, when you do go out, you got to make sure how they're preparing those eggs. Maybe they add salt and pepper, or maybe you can't have too much sodium. There's always something that's there. But what they're saying is, if you're a diabetic, you want to eat eggs, you can eat eggs, maybe daily. I don't want to eat anything daily because I like to have variety to my food, so I won't get bored. So I won't stray and eat something I'm not supposed to eat. But if I want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday and have eggs, and then on Tuesday and Thursday we'll have yogurt with some cut up berries in there, some strawberries, and then maybe on the other 2 days, maybe Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to have a quarter cup of oatmeal for breakfast. The things I can't have are like a lot of the cereals. They're really high in carbs, and so what I do, like I said before, if I have a breakfast cereal, I will usually reduce the quantity versus going out and seeking out a low carb keto cereal. I get the cereals that are the lowest carb that I can find, things like just regular bran flakes or wheat flakes. That's it. And if it says to eat 1.5 cups, and I say, okay, I'm not going to eat 1.5 cups, I'm going to eat 3/4 of a cup. If it says eat a cup, maybe I'll eat half a cup. And so if it says there's going to be 15, let's say it says 36 grams of carbs in this cereal, that's high, I wouldn't buy that one. But let's say there's one for 23, and I cut in half, then that's fewer carbs I'm taking in, and I have to make sure it fills me up. That's why oatmeal, for me, oatmeal is a good choice, because even a quarter cup, even though they say that in America you should have a half a cup to a cup of oats per day if you're going to eat oatmeal. That's the serving size. It's a half a cup. But some people are saying no, it really should be a full cup. I can have a quarter cup and that'll fill me up. So I have to worry about things: how much carbs, how many calories, and will it fill me up? Do I don't snack or have to rush a second meal or get low blood sugar? Low blood sugar with the shaky hands, and you feel like terrible, you can pass out or whatever. So I don't want high blood pressure, high blood sugar. I don't want high or low. I don't want high or low blood sugar or blood pressure too. I don't want low or high. I don't know what happens if you have low blood pressure. Some people do have low blood pressure, and it's dangerous too. But I want to have normal everything. So to make it normal, if I want to incorporate eggs, I can. Maybe you can too. You talk to your doctor. Don't forget, right down there, I hope I'm touching it. Boop, 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 boop. There's a bell. There's a notifier. Hit that notifier. It rained for the last 4 days here, so now it's clearing up. I'm looking for a metal box, a small metal box, to hide the box for our treasure hunt, which will probably be. I'm looking at Pasadena, South Pasadena. I did Monrovia, Duarte, I guess, was where it actually dropped it. The trail goes from the border of Monrovia to deeper into Duarte. It's right there on the border of Monrovia, Duarte. It starts in Monrovia, and I think it ends deep into Duarte. Deeper into Duarte. It's only a 2.5 mile trail. But I'm going to hide that, so hit that bell. I think we're going to have some more acting coming up. It's been a weird year for acting. They said this may be the worst year for movies because of the 2 strikes, the pandemic. Everything was delayed for the pandemic. We finally got ready to go. We made a big push. Then we had the strikes. So what we had to do with the strikes is we couldn't make a blockbuster. Then they had to pay people to not take other work. They had to lock them in. Hey, we're locked in. We're going to pay you whatever number of dollars. Did they do that to me? No, they don't have to. I'll take it whenever I can get it. But if you're a big movie star, I'd love to do your big movie. However, I don't know when we're getting back to work with a strike. How can I sign a contract now to work in 3 months? We may not be working in 3 months. Okay, we'll pay you to make sure you're available when we need you. And you can pick up they can pick up some day work or a photo thing on Saturday. Maybe they can do a little photo shoot holding some milk with a mustache or whatever. They can do that kind of stuff. But they have to lock into that movie. They have to be available. So they said this might be the worst year we've had already. They always say that. The best, the worst. This is the greatest ever. This is the best football game ever. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. Take care.